So I think I got a topic for us today. I think
What do we got?
what comes to mind when you hear retail is dead?
I think about two things. One, I think about all of the LinkedIn stories that I've seen about retailers closing stores.
Yeah.
Sears, Toys R Us, like the beginning of the year, I remember thinking, wow, this is going to be the year that everything in retail changes and everybody's going to be closing stores. The second part, I think, though, is that that has kind of changed in the last couple months. And we're seeing a lot of retailers pivot, and some of them are actually coming out of that better and stronger and are finding a way to make e-commerce and the digital world part of what they do while reinventing what they're doing with brick and mortar stores. So that would be the
Yeah, it's super interesting time. Yeah, I mean, we have like Casper started e-commerce, totally changed the mattress industry. Now they're looking at opening physical stores. Warby Parker, I have friends who work at their physical stores. I was reading today that Amazon by some year, I think like early 2021, so it's going to be here sooner than not, they want to have over 3,000 physical stores. Like Amazon, the retail killer is going into retail.
Yeah, it's amazing within the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, how everything was going online and everyone was in trouble. And now it's going in reverse. And like you mentioned, Amazon, Casper, all of these online brands are now going to have brick and mortar stores. And like, that's their strategy. They have a retail brick and mortar strategy.
Really, that's where I see retail is really a convergence of how do we combine both the ease and the don't bug me shopping experience. I buy things on Amazon. I like it.
Right.
No one has to bug me. I just click on the things I want, but I still go into Target. I mean, it happens. So what, like for you, is there an example? I have one we can talk about, but for you, what's a retailer that you think is doing something differently?
Yeah, you just named it. I think it's Target.
Oh,
Their strategy.
Bullseye, huh?
Amazing. Nice segue. Perfect.
Unintended.
It's all happening. So their strategy, and obviously they're competing with Walmart and the other big box brands on the retail side, or the brick and mortar side, but then also with Amazon and Jet.com and those sort of online e-commerce platforms. And they're kind of right in the middle. And that's what I like about them is they're sort of trying to stand out on their own from a partnership standpoint. You could buy Harry's razors.
Yeah, I saw that.
Target stores. They were looking to actually acquire Casper, like buy out Casper. They ended up going with a partnership to sell Casper mattresses inside Target stores. And the reason it's really so fascinating to me is because I'm here in the middle of Manhattan, and Targets and Walmarts are a suburban thing in my mind. They don't exist. But there's a Target that opened 5 minutes from my house in the middle of 34th Street by Penn Station. In between Penn Station and the Empire State Building, there's a Target.
Wow.
And I went there just to see, like, what's the Target in New York City?
Yeah.
What is this going to be like? How cramped is it going to be? How little things are they going to have? Are the prices going to be jacked up because it's a New York City version? And it was a lot like the regular Target shopping experience. It was a little smaller. The things were a little closer together. There was a little less room. It wasn't as warehousey as some other Target stores. But overall, I was really impressed with the amount of product they had. They weren't understocked on things. The shelves weren't sold out. There was a ton of self-help registers and a ton of regular registers and cashiers to get people in and out. I was kind of amazed at how they were able to do that. And that's sort of part of their strategy that I wanted to test was they're doing a lot of urban stores and focusing on urban because there's a lot of delivery and a lot of baskets and a lot of ways. If you can get people in, now I might be more likely to buy the things that I bought when I went there, some of those things online.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe I was going to Amazon Prime to do that before. Now it's just Target becomes sort of my overall like retail world, retail universe.
And they're adapting to that environment. So instead of saying this is who we are no matter where, let's adapt to that niche of being an urban store.
Exactly. They're doing a lot of the urban store rollouts, and they're doing the same thing on college campuses. which I think is a great idea. I'm not sure how much scale there is there necessarily to like move the stock price of Target. But opening up small format stores near colleges, I would love to have Target in Syracuse where I was. That would have been incredible.
Yeah. And you build that brand awareness during that phase. Yeah. Like you're saying, they're not spending a bunch of money. They're just buying pizza and beer, but you build that brand awareness now and that affinity. Once they have more money to spend, boom, here's Target. It's not just ingrained in their mind, I just shop on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? What's one of your favorite ones that sort of popped up this year?
I don't know if do you have Trader Joe's on the East Coast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they're,
you
what I like about them is they remind me that you have to keep the core things. Like technology is going to change, but they super focus on the customer. I was buying wine one time at our local Trader Joe's, and I could have sworn I was talking to, I can't pronounce this word, but a sommelier. Like his knowledge of the wine they bought at that particular store, why they bought it. I was like, wow, you why are you working here? But he loves his job.
Right.
And you can see that. So I think they're
you don't get that at most liquor stores, right?
No. Yeah, no. But their extreme focus on the customer is huge. And then I also like the unique ways that they go about advertising. They have something called the Fearless Flyer, which essentially it's a catalog highlighting their product, but they list recipes, they list, what's coming up this season, what should you look for. So I think that's really cool. And one thing that I've seen that they've developed over the years is I don't think there's probably more than 10 SKUs in their store that aren't their own product.
Right.
So at first they were doing kind of like the Whole Foods approach where they would pick local products, but now almost everything they sell, I would say at least 90% is their own products. So they learned from the consumer what are they buying, what can we do in-house, and then give the savings to me, which I appreciate that.
And that's interesting because Target is sort of doing the same thing. Remember a few years ago, they had their Target lines, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
For clothing. And it was like at a level that was above maybe a Walmart or another retailer for clothing and apparel, but still affordable, still like Target store brand. They're kind of coming back with that and doing a lot more of their own brands. I love that. I'm brand loyal on some very specific things. I always say I love to play the hits.
Yeah.
So it's Nike and Old Spice and brands like that. Don't get me wrong, I'll play the hits.
Yep.
Everything else, I just want good value.
Yep.
Even if it's expensive, I just want to feel like I'm getting a good deal or getting some extra value out of whatever I'm purchasing.
Yeah. And you saw, and as we wrap up, but Amazon, they do that. They know what we buy, and they see those things that don't necessarily need a brand. So they have their own brand of batteries that I buy. They have their own brand of even like keyboards and monitors that people aren't sold on their computer monitor. But it's neat seeing these brick and mortar retailers who are dead just adapting that. Let's see what people are buying, where there's probably, we have some room to play where we can build our own brand and make the product save money for the consumer so that they become loyal to our brand, which I think is really cool.
We're going to see like a sea change in how people are buying. And to the original point of this entire thing, like retail's not dead.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's alive and well. So on that note, we'd love to hear from you, because as we are thinking of these things, we'd love to hear from you folks who are maybe have made it to the end of this. Who are your favorite retailers? Like, and it'd be cool to just give 1 or 2 points. Why do you think they're going to make it? What are they doing differently than the rest that allows them to keep innovating and make you happy as a retailer? So, well, Brian, I think that's all the time we have. But when I come visit you, you have to take me to your urban Target, and I'll take you to a Trader Joe's.
That's perfect. I love it.